As Russia intensifies its attack on Ukraine, here are the latest developments in the ongoing situation. US President Joe Biden announced that the United States will ban Russian flights from its airspace. The decision follows similar moves by European Union and Canada.
We're cutting off Russia's largest banks in the international financial system, preventing Russia's central bank from defending the Russian ruble, making Putin's $630 billion war fund worthless. We're choking Russia's access. We're choking Russia's access to technology that will sap its economic strength and weaken its military for years to come. Tonight, I say to the Russian oligarchs and the corrupt leaders who bilked billions of dollars off this violent regime, no more. The United States, I mean it. The United States Department of Justice is assembling a dedicated task force to go after the crimes of the Russian oligarchs. We're joining with European allies to find and seize their yachts, their luxury apartments, their private jets. We're coming for your ill-begotten gains. And tonight, I'm announcing that we will join our allies in closing off American airspace to all Russian flights, further isolating Russia and adding additional squeeze on their economy.
President Biden also said that Putin must pay the price for his actions in Ukraine, calling the invasion premeditated and unprovoked. He also hailed the NATO alliance and said that they stand as united as ever.
Putin's latest attack on Ukraine was premeditated and totally unprovoked. He rejected repeated efforts at diplomacy. He thought the West and NATO wouldn't respond. He thought he could divide us at home, in this chamber, in this nation. He thought he could divide us in Europe as well. But Putin was wrong. We are ready. We are united, and that's what we did. We stayed united. Putin is now isolated from the world more than he has ever been.
In a moving moment, President Biden also recognized the Ukrainian ambassador to the United States, Oksana Markarova, who also received a robust standing ovation from those present in the chamber.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
President Joe Biden also said the United States and 30 other countries have agreed to release 60 million barrels of oil from their strategic reserves to stabilize the global energy markets. And for more on this, joining us live is our Voice of America correspondent, Chris Casquejo, from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for joining us, Chris. U.S. President Joe Biden was expected to focus on the Russian invasion of Ukraine in his speech. How much time did he spend on this topic?
U.S. President Joe Biden spent the first part of his State of the Union speech, roughly 10 to 15 minutes total, addressing the Russian invasion of Ukraine, calling it premeditated and unprovoked. He did not announce sweeping new sanctions, but he did announce for the first time that U.S. airspace would be closed to Russian planes. But it was a speech largely focused on U.S. domestic and economic issues, perhaps a nod to his flagging approval ratings as midterm elections loom in November that will decide whether Democrats keep control of Congress during the last half of Biden's term. Here are some of the main highlights of his comments on Ukraine and his condemnation of Russian leader Vladimir Putin.
All right, Chris, on that note, what can you also tell us about how Americans rate President Biden's term in the office thus far?
Well, a February AP Norse poll found that more people disapproved than approved of how Biden is handling his job. 55% disapproval rating versus 44% who approve. That's down from a 60% favorable rating last July. White House officials acknowledged the mood in the country is sour, citing the lingering pandemic and inflation. Biden in his speech highlighted progress from a year ago with most of the U.S. population vaccinated and millions of people at work, but he did acknowledge that the work is not done yet. And nearly 6 in 10 Americans in a recent CNN poll disapproved of how Biden is handling his presidency. Those who disapproved of his appointment said there was literally nothing Biden had done since taking office that they would approve of. Now, his aides say the national mood is an indicator, a lagging, or actually a trailing indicator that will improve with time. But time is short for the president, who needs to salvage his agenda to revive the fortune of his party with the midterm elections looming, and for the Democrats to keep control of Congress. And to that end, he used his speech to repackage some of his proposals from his stalled Build Back Better legislation that remains stalled in Congress, and he is proposing breaking up into smaller pieces, placing a new emphasis on proposals like the child tax credit and bringing down child care costs to bring relief from inflation as prices rise.
Okay.
He also highlighted how his climate change proposals would help lower and middle and income families and create new jobs.
All right. Chris, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed with that. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.